Boys, we're pushing the end of the season. What, another week down and another week to go. Not long left for the rest of the season, so let's keep this shit together. And what a fucking week it turned out to be. Another solid week by myself, claiming that number one spot back for the team. Big week from my boy Sam, who's been languishing down the bottom for fucking so long. Managed to pull himself out and have a fucking belter week. And then there was Jake. Poor little Jake doing fuck all, sitting down dead last. So let's dive into it, boys. Let's look at the team, see who did well, see who did not. I've got some things coming up. I've got some fixtures to go over for the next 6 game weeks heading towards the end of the rounds. Some things you guys should be watching the fuck out for, alright? So stay tuned. Let's get into it. So first up off the ranks, like I said, is my boy Sam. 57 points this week, having a fucking belter. Took him a while, fuck, maybe it took him all season to get to the top, but he finally did it in the week where everybody struggled. You know, obviously it was that fucked up week where there was only like 4 or 5 games in the whole week, so having the right amount of players in your team was key, and he did well, you know. So 24 points for Lingard as captain, big carry on those points, man. Kane, Watkins, Bamford, Rafinha, all playing, all getting points. Watkins obviously just getting a 2, but Kane, Bamford and Rafinha getting solid points, so that's a good little pick there. And then even your defenders, even though they got 1s and 2s and your goalie, it was still good having them because other people didn't have them at all, and that's what set you apart. So solid week, man. 57 points. You made 2 changes and they were free, which is massive because of, you know, myself, I took a points hit and I know a lot of others did too. So take out Minamino, took out Cancelo, brought in Lingard, brought in Lascelles. Good options. Did well with that. You know, he could have taken a bit of a punt like I did. You brought in Lascelles. He got you 1 point. I brought in Trossard. Game, set, and match for the week, man. Best player of the week. I did a little bit of research. Took a bit of a punt. Thinking Brighton were going to get over Newcastle, and sure enough, they fucking did. And my boy Trossard stepping up. So, solid week from Sam. Good to see you back at the top, climbing yourself out of those fucking bottom places. Let's see if you can build on this for the next few weeks there. So I want to see you start slipping back down into that bottom 3 territory. Now coming in at second place is a guy that's been Mr. Solid himself. We're going to call him the Gunner because he's been sitting on 4th place like a fucking champ. And he pipped me to the post this week. I was thinking I was going to get 2nd spot, but nah. Turned out it was Matt. 51 points, 1 transfer only. You know, other than your backline, which completely fucked you, you know, Shaw, Keane not playing, but Ryan getting 0 and Mings getting 1, and then even your big 2 hitters, Fernandes and Gundogan in the midfield, and then obviously your captain Bale who didn't play. He moved to Lingard, so your team really wasn't great, but you had like the 4 big guys in there. You know, you had Lingard, you had Rafinha, you had Keane, and you had Bamford, and that alone, those 4 guys, carried you to safety. If you took the punt and brought in, say, Trossard instead of Bale, fuck, you would have been well and truly above everybody else. But yeah, so all in all, you picked the right 4 guys, you win the fucking game. Well done. I took a -4, so I dropped below you, just, but it means we both had a solid week, made a bit of ground on the other 2, and I took back top 4, and you really closed the gap on the top 4. So, solid week, man. Let's see if you can keep being consistent. We're going to call you the Arsenal. We're going to call you Arsene Wenger because sitting in top 4, you haven't fucking moved. You are the epitome of consistency. You're not going to be pushing for top spot or something, but you're definitely going to be up and around the mark. So, well done for this week. Let's see if you can back it up again soon. And coming in last place, super fucking disappointing, is Miller himself. And there's no excuse here. You were injured at training. You didn't be training. You could have just sat there and made some changes on the sideline, but you didn't. You did fuck all. And I'm going to hold you to that, man. 19 points and 0 transfers. That is shit. That's on you. You know, your whole team was terrible. Literally, the only guys that get you any points was Souček and Kane. And you got fucking lucky because you had Dunk on your bench and he got 6 points. And he got auto-subbed on. So you got lucky by the game playing for you. And without that, you would have been well and truly fucked. So, I don't want to see you quitting on me, man, because there's still shit up for grabs here. There's still prizes, alright? So get your head back in the game, play the game. It takes 2 minutes. Watch a video if you fucking want. If you don't, just sub some people in. Do a Luke. Randomly pick fucking players and end up at the bottom of the table pretty quickly, alright? So, very disappointed in you, Miller. Don't be shit. Pick your head up. Pick your game back up. I don't want to see you in the bottom 3 because Sam's closing the gap, man. He's only 10 points on you now. So, get your shit together, alright? Breaking down the winners for the round, we've got Sam at 57 points and then Matt at 51 points. And the player of the round, like I mentioned, is my boy Trossard. Only guy to have him in his team, and that was me. That's what made the difference for me getting over Whippet at the top. So, good round. Obviously, it was a bit shit with not a lot to watch, and we've got a bit of a gap between now and the next round. So, you've got 10 days, boys. My advice? Don't make any fucking transfers until after the international window, because I'll put my money on it. Fucking 3 out of the 5 players I'm mentioning in my next video will go down injured. I'll fucking put my money on it. Alright? So keep your shit together. Pay attention. You've got a week and a bit. So just watch some videos. Pay attention who comes off injured and you'll be fine. Now, moving on to the loser. Obviously, was Jake, 19 points. And the worst thing that he did, man, was he captained Gundogan, and then his vice captain was another stupid player. So, like, he got 0 points for his captaincies. It was his vice captain. Well, let's find his team again. You got vice captaincy of Richarlison. So, obviously, you didn't play the game. You didn't even make an attempt. So, that's what you get. Sitting bottom of the table. That's what you deserve. So, breaking down the changes for the week, and there's only really a couple of different changes. First one, me being the first bloke to break 1,800 points for the season, sitting top spot. So I took my spot back. It was only 1 week with it, I fucking told you. So I got it back. Aiden's in second, 1782, followed by Sean and then Matt, who have now Matt's closed that gap on you, Sean, 1745 to 1737. So not a big gap. Then, if you guys don't pay attention, Mark's right behind you at 617.20, man. So he's not far off either. Blake's closing in too, 1692. Made a bit of a gap now between the mid-table versus the top 6 now, Blake. So he's really solidified himself in there. Then you go into that mid-table and there's about, 5 of the 6 guys within 20 points of each other. So I'm expecting some movements in here. This week we've seen Tyler fall 2 spots. So, and Morgan and Cash come up 1 each. So I'm watching that middle table because that's where the fun's going to be, alright? So that's where I'm looking for the disappointment of the season, boys. Don't be the disappointment, alright? Maybe be the comeback king. Fuck. Maybe this is where it comes into it. So you're in that mid-table section, you've got about 8 rounds to go. We know people are stopping to pay attention. Mistakes are going to happen. This is where you capitalize, boys. Then you get to the bottom, you've got Brett hanging on, man, clawing to that bottom 6th place in that mid-table section at 17 points. Then your bottom 5, you got Reese at 1590. He's gone a bit quiet lately. He was on a roll, 5-6 weeks in a row. He was killing it. It's gone a bit quiet. I want to see you come back, man. I want to see you push yourself into that mid-table, all right? Then you got Jake. Took a big fucking hit this week, obviously, with this game week. 1534, and then Sam closing that gap to 1524. Gonna get himself out of the bottom 3 with this week. Gonna do it, man. I want to see that. I want to see you get out of there. Then your bottom 2, Corey 15 flat and Luke at 1476. Is that it? Is Luke done? Is Luke the bottom guy? Is he gonna be the wooden spooner for the year? Only time will tell. Luke, don't be that guy, man. Trust me, you do not want to be the guy at the bottom. So, biggest winner for the week, we're going to give it to Sam. He's gone up 1 spot, climbing out of the bottom fucking 3, bottom 2, sorry, getting into the bottom 3 now. Hopefully he can get out of that relegation zone, you know. Let's be the Fulham. Don't be like fucking Jake and be the Newcastle, alright? Be Fulham, alright? The biggest loser was Tyler, like I said, dropping 2 spots behind Morgan and Jamie. Is he going to slip into the bottom? Are you, man? Are you going to hit that bottom 5? Let's see. That would be the biggest disappointment or the biggest drop for the season. From far and beyond in the early rounds, at top spot, fucking top 1,000 in the world, to literally bottom 5 would be an immense falling off. So let's see if he can turn it around or if this is the downfall of him. So as I said, boys, we got about a 10-day break between now and the next game. So keep your eyes on the international break. I want to see you guys talking in the chat, watching the game, see who's injured, alright? I've got some shit coming out. I've got a video coming out straight after this one. I'm going to be filming it straight away. That will be the breakdown of game weeks 30 to 30, I think it's 35. So there's going to be a bit of information in there. Teams that have got blank game weeks you're going to want to watch. There's a couple of double game weeks maybe getting thrown into the mix. We don't know that exact date yet. So keep your eyes open. There's some players I'm going to break down too. If you haven't got them, they're all looking like fucking must-haves at the moment. And they're all very low owned and they're killing it. So if you want to make some changes, boys, and you want to get your team back up the ranks, pay attention to the next video. I'm going to fucking spell it out for you. I'm going to make it dot to dot. And all you got to do is draw the fucking lines, alright? If you don't draw the lines, you're going to lose. You do draw fucking lines, you're going to win. So pay attention, alright? So that's it for this video. Another wrap up done, another week down, and we're getting closer to the end of the season. So leave me a like, leave me a comment. Fuck me, boys, just do something, share it with someone or something, make it worthwhile, alright? It's been fun. Let's see you in the next video.